SOS from the people of Cameroon to leaders Trump, Putin, Xi, Modi, Starmer, Lula, Merz, Meloni, Erdogan, MBS, Macron, Chiroma, and Biya. A cry for freedom and truth about Cameroon's presidential election of October 12, 2025. Dr. Ernest Simo issues an urgent appeal to world leaders, the African Union, and the United Nations. He calls on the international community to stand with the people of Cameroon as they challenge a regime that has endured for 43 years. Driven by a determined youth and a deep longing for change, Cameroonians are now demanding stability, dignity, and a truly democratic future in their country. Summary. An open letter published today calls on the international community to pay attention to the political crisis unfolding in Cameroon following the presidential election of October 12, 2025. Preliminary results from polling stations show a clear lead for the opposition in 20 key departments that account for over 80% of the country's electorate. However, the official proclamation of results has been delayed by 15 days under tailor-made laws designed to favor the incumbent president, now 92 years old, who is seeking an 8th consecutive term in office. In this appeal, Dr. Ernest Simo, a Cameroon-born scientist based in Washington, describes a nation divided, golden palaces for a few, and swamps of poverty, repression, and despair for the many. Millions of citizens live without hope, trapped in chronic poverty and fear, while a small elite monopolizes power and the country's wealth. He urges world leaders to listen to Cameroon's new generation of young voters who have risen in great numbers to demand change, justice, and dignity in their homeland. The letter frames Cameroon's situation as an international moral responsibility. It calls on the country's partners and allies to build genuine partnerships with the peoples of Africa, rather than perpetuate alliances with aging, disconnected autocracies disguised as democracies. The text concludes with a powerful call for solidarity. With your support, Cameroonians will stand tall, not as subjects, nor to sing endless praises to one man or one regime, but as a free people ready to reach across continents and weave truly fruitful partnerships for a better future for all. The people of Cameroon, along with generations yet to come, will be profoundly and eternally grateful for your action and for your resolve to stand with them. Open letter, October 20th, 2025. To the presidents, Trump, Putin, Xi, Lula, Erdogan, and Macron, to the prime ministers, Modi, Starmer, and Meloni, to the crown prince, Mohammed bin Salman, to the chancellor, Merz, to the Cameroonian leaders, Chiroma and Biya, to the United Nations Security Council, to the member states of the Commonwealth, the African Union, and the European Union. 1. The call. Cameroon held its presidential election on October 12, 2025, with the official announcement of results expected no later than October 27. Early tallies from polling stations show a clear and overwhelming lead for the opposition, the true voice of the people, against a leader who has ruled the country for 43 years. At 92, he is seeking an 8th consecutive term amid a wave of national fatigue and a deep, undeniable yearning for change. The regime plans to publish the results toward the end of the month, taking advantage of a 2-week window to manipulate the figures to its benefit. The Constitutional Council, composed of 11 members, all appointed by the incumbent president, is tasked with validating the outcome, thus playing both the role of opponent and referee. It is a familiar script, one that has already been used to erase the people's will in 1992 and again in 2018. 2. What has changed? This time, it is the people themselves who have changed. In just 20 years, Cameroon's population has doubled, from 15 to more than 30 million, and the vast majority are under 30. Their parents were a lost generation, deprived of opportunity in a country rich with oil, bauxite, cobalt, gold, timber, cocoa, coffee, cotton, and countless other resources. Today's youth, connected to the world and driven by hope, have risen to say enough. They are educated, hardworking, and fully aware of their power. They voted not out of fear, but out of conviction. Their message is clear and powerful. They seek no privilege, only a fair chance, the right to live, to dream, and to build a dignified future in their own country. 3. The tale of two realities. For decades, two worlds have coexisted within a single nation. In the first, a few hundred families lived behind high walls, traveling abroad for healthcare or leisure, and treating the state resources as their private property. In the second, 30 million citizens struggle each day without clean water, reliable electricity, or access to basic medical care. Those in power have long spoken of law, democracy, opportunity, and progress. Yet these words and ideals apply only to their inner circle. For the majority of Cameroonians, those same words now mean something else entirely: marginalization, corruption, repression, and despair. 4. The roof that flew away. Imagine a family in 1982 living beneath a corrugated metal roof and believing in the promise of independence. But with each passing year, another sheet of that roof is torn away, carried off by the winds of unemployment, the storm of inflation, and the crushing weight of repression and despair. 43 years later, the roof is nothing but a memory. The sky has become their only shelter, a silent witness to a promise that has long since vanished. Millions of families now live exposed to the elements. Their homes have become open-air prisons for some and a living hell for others. Meanwhile, vast quantities of resources, from oil to cotton, are siphoned away and leave the country every single day, without identity, without passport, without visa, and without a sound, slipping beyond the people's gaze into the depths and silence of the night. Cameroon is not an isolated bubble. It is an integral part of the global ecosystem. So when the voice of a nation is silenced, its echo inevitably resounds far beyond its borders. What is happening in Cameroon extends beyond its borders, and the peoples of the land count on you as their ally. 5. The moral and strategic argument. History's brightest moments have emerged when nations stood together to defend justice for the powerless, as they did during the Second World War. Supporting the people of Cameroon is not an act of charity. It is an act of wisdom and moral clarity. A free and stable Cameroon will no longer be a private treasure plundered by a few hundred individuals at the expense of 30 million citizens, but a reliable and lasting economic partner, a pillar of regional stability, and a bridge toward balanced cooperation across Africa. When a people regain their dignity, they invest in peace. When they are silenced, instability takes root. The choice before the world today is not only about Cameroon's future, it is also about the moral direction of our shared humanity. 6. A final appeal. For 6 centuries, the people of Cameroon have endured slavery, tribal wars, and the harshest forms of colonization, first direct, then indirect. Today, they ask for only one thing: the right to breathe, to build, and to belong fully to the community of the world's free peoples. With your humanity, your recognition, and your solidarity, they can rise from the swamps of hardship and despair to stand once more on the solid ground of dignity. The time has come to hear their voice and to honor their vote. With your support, Cameroonians will stand tall, not as subjects, nor to sing endless praises to one man or one regime, but as a free people, ready to reach across continents and weave truly fruitful partnerships for a better future for all. The people of Cameroon, along with generations yet to come, will be profoundly and eternally grateful for your action and for your resolve to stand with them. Dr. Ernest Saimo, Scientist, Washington, D.C., United States. Contact. Email dersimo@gmail.com. Copies sent to the respective embassies in Cameroon, to the European Union, the African Union, and the United Nations Security Council. New York, New York. Merci de continuer de suivre nos productions sur GMTV+.